So I'm James Waby. I work for the Access Group. Access are actually probably one of the biggest software companies in the UK. We've grown quite heavily by acquisition, and we have a very big division actually within recruitment. So probably about 400 or 500 people of our business just focus on recruitment products. Specifically, what we're here to have a brief look at today is our Access screening platform. So the screening platform was really put into place and has been around for 4 or 5 years now, and is key in just making it much more efficient process of onboarding and referencing, checking candidates, vetting and putting them through that process. Why it's really popular at the moment is because in the current sort of climate where employment is very high, it's quite difficult to get people through that process quickly and also give them a good candidate experience, so you're maintaining them through the process. So as you can see running through on the screen here is one of our candidate portals. So this is a link that goes out to candidates that's sent via email that can be fully branded with all of your logos, all of the wording within this particular portal you can change and adopt based on your hiring process within the system as well. So as you can see, it's stepping through here. You can ask things like address history, have big timelines for gap to try and get this information on the first hand, so you're not going back and forth trying to capture this information. We can completely automate the referencing process. So we've done 200,000 references through the platform in the last 12 months alone, and 80% of those references complete automatically. So it's a very straightforward process to be able to gather information within here, whatever the criteria is of you onboarding for your particular roles. So whether you're asking different questions within the system, whether that's multiple choice questions, free text answers, supplying them with documentation that they need to acknowledge. So you've got an audit trail of someone acknowledging a health and safety document, for example, here. And also other ways of collecting documentation as well. So it's completely responsive, so you can use this on an iPad or mobile device, so people can come in, upload their documents within the system. The criteria of what you're asking for can be changed as to whatever your requirement is, but you can also e-sign documents within the platform as well. So we have a direct integration that we're just showing here with DocuSign. So candidate experience is just consistent. They're staying in one place, they're filling in information, they're filling in references, they're starting to send us documents, and they're also signing documentation within here as well. So that's just a simple example of an e-signature process that the candidate has gone through there, but this could be anything that you need to get signed within the system. It will save the candidate's progress. So a lot of our usage, as you would imagine now, is on mobile devices. So if someone's on the train on the way home, starts filling this in, it will save the progress. If they're trying to dig out a degree certificate from 10 years ago, they can find it at home on their laptop, open up, start from where they left off. It will just send them back if they've missed anything within the process to fill in that information before it comes back to you. We're also integrated to a number of third-party checking facilities. So we have APIs into things like the DBS service to do direct checks with those guys, credit checks, about 140 different checks we can do both in the UK and internationally through the platform. So it's just one consistent experience for the candidate. So what does that look like from your side of the business? So you have a platform at the back end here where you will then receive all of that information from the candidate portals. These dashboards are configurable based on if I was just looking after a couple of roles within your brand, or if I was the team leader of the ops team within your business. I can see what expiring documents might be coming up within the platform, what actions I've got to chase references, but it's just a dashboard that I can use on a day-to-day basis to manage that process. So James here is a candidate who has been through the onboarding process and has sent us some documentation in. So as you can see on the screen here, we can see what check this person's been through. We can note any actions against their process. All the documentations that are coming in from the portals, all is in a traffic light system. So it's coming in orange. You can click into each one of those, start verifying that documentation, but it's all in one place. So it's very easy to use for you to collate all of this information, DBS checks, any of the data checks that are coming in here, whether you're doing an MRZ code check on a passport, whether you're collecting references, things like activity claims and gap histories, if they've had 30-day gaps in there and you need to cover that, just all in one page. What it actually then does is collate this into a compliance pack for you. So automatically, it's just going to pull together all of the information that you've got from this particular candidate. This can just be held for audit purposes, or if you do need more of a summary page of this, this is just an example of what that would look like. So again, it's all branded. Every check that they've completed is just within the system there. So we've got references, all the documentations that we've brought through into the platform as well. So it just makes it very straightforward for you to be able to do it. There's always a strange picture on there when it comes to the passport. That was probably one that Josh must have saved on there. So that's what it looks like from your side in terms of receiving the information back in and working through that and validating all the information that comes back through. How do you set that all up? Again, very straightforward and very configurable. So configurable is one thing I'd like you to sort of remember about this, is that whatever brand you have within your business, you can load those portals up exactly to meet that brand criteria. So whether that's the logos, the coloration, the messaging that's on those particular portals that go out can all be configured by you on an ongoing basis. And underneath that, we have the workflows. So this may well be a project management job type. It might be a straightforward right to work process that you need to put people through, and here is where you can configure all of that within the system. So the branding, the messaging, whether it's GDPR messaging you want on that particular check, very straightforward tick box system. Do I want to do a credit check? What documentations do I need from this particular candidate? E-signature documents. What is the reference criteria that we need? Something that works really well on the platform is that, and why we have so much success and a good hit rate, is that the system will automatically chase the candidate portals for you, and equally it will chase those referees as well. So on the referencing, the success rate of being so high is because you can just set by number of hours how quickly the system is prompting those people to check those candidates. So all of this you can just copy down. If you need a new workflow, for example, you can copy the entire workflow and set it up again. But on an ongoing basis, it's very straightforward to use. Complete audit trail. Many customers we go in to see just have a headache around audits. This just takes that away. So everything that happens on the system, every click that's been done from you as a user, but also from what the candidates are doing on the portals, has a complete audit trail. So a lot of businesses that we work with have benefited from working in that way. And yeah, I mean, anything from product notifications, any new regulations like GDPR, they're just surfaced in the system. Functionality is shown to you on webinars, YouTube clips, just to give you a bit of self-service around actually what's coming new on the platform.